And I'm coasting. Didn't even. Yesterday, them fools tried to blast me. Peace, 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 peace. I hope everybody having an amazing night. I hope all the mothers had a good Mother's Day. I hope the fathers had a good day as well. But like I always tell y'all, man, truth has no sides. Truth has no sides, regardless of how a lot of people emotionally be attached to things, which most individuals are emotionally attached to things. And I ask everybody, melanated, European, Albion, Trinidad, whatever you want to call it, does law governs all events? And if law governs all events, what's the law? What's the law? Because laws change in different states. So this very tragic situation that happened with the young brother that got shot by the police as he was fleeing with the firearm. That's what they say. What does the Supreme Court, what was the ruling in Tennessee versus Garner? Before everybody get all emotional and things, we have to read it all and understand all law. And then we base our understanding or our misunderstanding on things that we can prove. But you must understand the law and the gray area, like words if, all these words that you have to be careful with, because criminal law, all type of law, the language is so touchy. And if you don't know the language, you will get caught up in linguistic apartheid. You will get caught up emotionally. And that's what I tell everyone. I remove all emotion when I make decisions, especially when it's dealing with law and who we are as a people. All those emotions doesn't even need to be involved. If we tell the truth and share the truth, which is the law, and come together, then things can be stopped. But until we let our kids raise themselves, and a lot of our kids be doing illegal things, this type of tragedy is going to always happen. And it's sad to say that. It's very sad to say that. But what does the law say? What did the Supreme Court say? And read it all. And read it all. And if you don't understand it, then brothers and sisters need to be coming together, getting to the solution. And once that happens, this whole dynamic is going to change. When we talking about staying in your own community, when we create our own communities, when we be accountable under our religious laws. But most misnomer black people, they too emotional. They too emotional. And most misnomer black people, they don't know law. And I ask everyone, what is the Tennessee versus Garner case? No of my brothers and sisters that just barking could even give me a tittle of that precedented law case. They didn't even know. And I said, you see what people do? And then some of your people, or people that piggyback on things and won't tell all truth, they'll read a portion of it to try to convince you of something instead of reading it all. But we don't play that here. 1 second. know what they want, man. So that's what I ask my brothers and sisters. Do any of my brothers and sisters know all of the Supreme Court ruling? What is Tennessee versus Garner? And don't try to read a part of it and say, oh, it's illegal for a police to shoot someone in the back fleeing. Read it all. Read it all and understand it all. And then tell me, what do you get? And then we can have a conversation. And I'll be telling my brothers and sisters that's emotionally attached to feelings, which I truly do. Don't get me wrong. I truly understand feelings. You know? But see, like I tell everybody else, I have my own story. I have my own history. My baby brother, Akil Jelani, I'm from Flint, Michigan. My baby brother, Akil Jelani Goodman Bay, was killed by a Negro. My best friend, Marlon Ville, was killed by the misnomer black police in our neighborhood. My brother, Akil Jelani Goodman Bay, was killed by a Negro. My cousin, Miguel Swain, was killed by a Negro right in our own hood. This what I'll be telling brothers that's emotionally attached to everything. We need to know the law, and we need to be working on prevention. Prevention. We need to be reaching our babies and our young men. And when we know that they're doing criminal behavior and things, then we need to save them. We need to intervene. That's why I say the OGs has messed a lot of the young G's up, because the young G's don't respect the old heads because they ain't saving them. And I'm in the city. I go everywhere. I go to the prisons. I go to the boys and girls homes. I go to the lockups. I'm out here in Arizona, and I'm from Flint, Michigan. I go to the Youth Development Institution and lecture and study. When brothers get out of lockup in prison, I'm their mentor. And I'm telling y'all, I have empathy. But a lot of times, my sympathy is gone. Because I know what happens. And I know a lot of our babies, like, of course a father loves his child. You know? Of course a father loves his child. But at the same time, brothers and sisters, just like if it was my child, I'll be upset and all that. Don't get me wrong. And then, like I said, if the young man's car wasn't stolen, like there's so many variables. If the car wasn't stolen and then he was behind, say, on a payment or whatever, just hypothetically speaking, and we got family and all this, and we got our mothers and fathers, family should help. Then they saying they would sleep in the car. Sleep in the car with guns. Now, I'm just being honest. If it was my car, and I was a young man and I missed my car payment, I'm not jumping out running. Why? Because I know it's my car. I know the car registered in my name. So it can't be stolen. I can't steal something that's registered in my name. If I miss a car payment, that doesn't mean the car is stolen. I have missed a payment. Whoever the financier of my car. But that young man, if it's his car and he was behind on the payment, then he didn't steal it. My whole thing is, if they were sleeping, they woke up and they ain't know what's going on, like people said, and they start running. My whole thing, why are you running? If you legit and you ain't got no problem, and say you know you missed a payment, well then, and it's my gun and I got license to carry, I'm not running. What am I running for? Unless I know I'm doing a criminal act and I know everything, and I know if I know or we stole a car and if we got illegal firearms, then the first thing for a criminal to do, I don't care if you black or white, is to run. And if you're fleeing from the police with a gun, so you telling me a person can't flee and shoot? Because my homie got popped like that. Somebody was running, and while they was fleeing, running, they was busting while they was running, shot him 7 times. And that's all I be saying with my brothers and sisters. I love my people. I love the youth. I love our young men. But our young men is lost. And I blame the responsibility on a lot of these old heads that look like the young men, that dress like them, that talk like them, that's in the same clubs with them, that's riding around in their cars like them, smoking weed and getting high, saying some of the most outlandish stuff on the internet. These people ain't in a community, and you don't have to change yourself to be popular on the internet. What does Tennessee versus Garner say? And read it all, my brothers and sisters. I love y'all. Peace.